Are you accepting all of yourself, including your ego? Yes, we are going there today, adventurers. We're talking about self-acceptance of your ego. So I know a lot of you are working on self-acceptance, and I'm so proud of you because this is a really important piece for you to be able to succeed. But you might be unconsciously not accepting all of you, especially when it comes to your ego. So one of the mistakes I see a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs do is take on these very outdated teachings about our ego being really bad. Hands up if you've ever heard that before. I certainly have, right? And so when we come into this space with this idea that our ego is really bad and we're trying to build a business, it becomes a problem. And the reason is this: your ego is actually really bloody helpful, okay? It helps you to feel empowered. It helps you to feel motivated. It helps you to feel really good about yourself. And importantly, your ego is the thing that allows you to have dreams, to have desires. Now, I know attached to the word desire is also other spiritual teachings that tell us a lot that desire is really terrible. It's a sin, right? And so we have a big job ahead of us about unraveling old spiritual teachings that are actually now holding us back from creating what we want in our businesses, right? Your ego is there to show you a way towards what it is that you truly want to create through your business. And if you are constantly rejecting it, and I'm going to give you a few examples of what that looks like. If you're constantly rejecting it, guess what? You're not in full self-acceptance, and this will cause you to not be able to fully show up for yourself and in your business. You will not be showing up 100% authentically in your content, yeah? Because you can't. Because if you're not in full acceptance of yourself, including your ego, who has desires, who thinks that you're amazing, when you've got a healthy one, that is, if you're not in full acceptance of that, you're going to be hiding in shame or guilt, and you're going to be hiding parts of yourself, right? So how do you know if you're not in full acceptance of your ego? Here's a few examples. So one, you might judge your fear. Okay, you think of fear as being really bad. Okay, I know that in order to succeed, I have to overcome my fear. I have to get past my fear. And all of this is coming from an energy of this fear is bad. No, your fear is just showing you your edge of your comfort. Your fear is just showing you where your next steps of growth are. Yeah, that is what acceptance of the ego looks like. So another way that you can find out whether you are in rejection of your ego is that you judge your bad feelings, okay? Now, I've talked about this a lot, and I'm sure that you agree with me. The idea that we have to be all high vibe all the time is just plain stupid, and it's a really hard act to follow, right? And most people fake it. Let's be honest, we're humans, we feel all the things. And so when you are rejecting your ego, you don't like to feel those things. You're like, oh no, in order for me to manifest, I have to be high vibe, so therefore I don't want to feel these things. Again, you are rejecting a part of yourself, which means you are not in full self-acceptance, which is necessary for you to be able to authentically show up 100% in your business. Is this landing for you? Are you seeing where perhaps you could up-level your self-acceptance? So another way that this can show up when you are not fully accepting your ego is that you are denying your dreams and desires. In fact, you're probably embarrassed about them, right? You have never shared them with other people because you're like, oh, blah, 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 whoever may think that I am really selfish or greedy or up myself, right? And so you deny your big dreams and desires. Equally, you are really hesitant to claim that you are really awesome at what you do. You are amazing at what you do. Yeah. Again, you are denying the ego. Because the ego really is the place that creates our desires and our dreams. And this is one of the keys that we need to bring in when we try to manifest anything in our lives. We need to desire. We need to dream. Our soul doesn't do this because our soul is impartial to everything. So it can't desire anything else because it doesn't see anything as being bad, right? So when we can harness the ego and create it into a way that is really healthy for us, i.e., we don't reject it, we love it up, then we allow our dreams and desires to be honored. Yeah. And we allow ourselves to talk about ourselves and how amazing we are at the work that we do, because I know that you are. I know that you have so many qualifications under your belt. I know that you have so much life experience behind you, and yet you're still not claiming it. So those are just a few examples of how you might not be fully accepting yourself and in particular your ego. And as I keep saying, what this is doing is that it's not allowing yourself to fully show up 100% authentically for yourself and in your business. You're going to be faking it, yeah? Because you cannot show up 100% if there are parts of you that feel ashamed or guilty for what it is that you're feeling, or you feel like parts of you are bad, right? So from a business perspective, a healthy ego is really helpful for your self-esteem, yeah, for you to back yourself, for your sense of value, for your sense of power, motivation. It's really helpful because it is a part of you that dreams and desires, so you know what you're going for. It's helpful because it allows you to step up into the most powerful version of you. That is what a healthy ego does. And how do you create a healthy ego? You love it first. You love every part of it. And when you do this, when you're able to love your ego, it will stop rebelling against you. Yeah. And what I mean by rebelling is this: showing you your limits, showing you unhelpful thoughts and beliefs, and showing you unhelpful actions to take. Because it feels loved and safe to be in your presence, it will start to step up and into the role of where it's meant to be, which is in support of your soul's mission. That is where your ego's rightful place is, as your biggest support, as your biggest cheerleader. So, wonderful adventurers, let me know, is this landing for you? Are you in rejection of your ego? Is there some work to do? Drop me a comment. What has been your biggest aha of today's beautiful viewsletter? And if you'd like to know more about how I can help you with this particular aspect and other aspects of how to elevate your business into all of what you desire and dream of, then send me a quick DM and let's discuss about what I have on offer and see if it fits for you. All right, lovelies, have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye for now.